Hi, this is Mary from Reviewer's Diary. I've been a voracious reader since the time I was a teenager, and I remember staying up all night to read The Eye of the Needle. That is one of the most spectacular books you could ever read, and it kept me up the entire night. So I stayed up all night and read that. I don't think that since college that I've been able to stay up all night and read anything, but I've certainly stayed up way past my bedtime with some books. Now, I haven't been reading really much at all, except for like the last, I would say, probably 6 months. I read 2 books, I think, since the beginning of the year 2020, and that's just not me. Like, normally I read like 50 books a year. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do a reading challenge. Now, I already did a search on BookTube, which is the YouTube section for people who are book collectors and book readers. So there was nothing like this. There's like a history challenge out there, I think that's currently going on. And there are a lot of different challenges, but none were quite like this. And the reason this is different is because I'm not picking a theme and I'm not picking prompts. Most of the reading challenges are short, like maybe a week long to a month long. And they have prompts, like read something that's got a fall cover, read something that will give you goosebumps, read something scary. That's usually around October. Things like that. But there's nothing like this one. Now, a lot of you have bookshelves full of books and libraries full of books that you want to read. So this has no rules, no prompts, just read 10 books by December 10th. Okay, so I already have 2 books picked out. Out of the 10, I know there are 2 in particular I want to focus on right away. I have a fiction and a nonfiction. Now, the fiction book, Silence for the Dead, is by Simone St. James. And the reason that I was interested in this book this is from my library, is that I purchased a Simone St. James book from Book of the Month Club, which I still haven't read, but it's basically a ghost story, and this is also a ghost story. I love ghost story type books, so this book is right up my alley. Now, according to the description, it's set in 1919, and this is Kitty Weeks, pretty resourceful and on the run, falsifies her background to obtain a nursing position at Portis House, a remote hospital for soldiers left shell-shocked by the horrors of the Great War, which was basically World War I. I had an uncle who was shell-shocked, but they didn't refer to it as shell-shocked, I don't think. At that time, they just called them crazy. So I'll have to see what her research is like and if she actually found that term shell-shocked. It could be that it was referred to as shell shock, but it's actually PTSD. And so some of these people are also crazy. So it's not just soldiers who were shell shocked, but also people who are nuts. And also, there's apparently a ghost in this building. So it's already got, atmosphere. I haven't started reading it yet, but it's got the whole atmospheric thing going, almost like a gothic novel. So I am very excited to read this, and it's like 300 pages long. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a long book, and not terribly long. It's like your average length. It's not huge. I don't know why they have to stamp every page, but anyway, this is going to be the fiction book that I focus on. Most of the time I do read fiction, but I also read some nonfiction. So I'll be reading this, and this book has been on my shelf for a while. This one I own, and I purchased after reading a review of it. So I definitely want to see what this doctor has to say. It's called The Scalpel and the Soul Encounters with Surgery, the Supernatural, and the Healing Power of Hope. Now, this book is average length, I guess, and it's about something that I'm very highly interested in. So my battery's running low, so I'm going to cut this short and just say, just start now. So this is going to be 10 books by December 10th, and that this is my reading challenge. So if you want to join me, let me know, and I'll mention you in my comments bar. And if you would do the same, if you do an intro video, please do the same. This is my intro for Reading Challenge 10 books by December 10th. Thank you, and have a beautiful evening. Good night.